Well, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Crystalline. Now, the last time we played... Hi, hello. We had just made it to the Mage Academy, so let us see. Let us just see. Ah, there we go. Students pass by in flocks, chatting animatedly. Each of them wears nearly identical long cloaks, differing only in color. Leanna glances excitedly at a girl wearing a white cloak. Do you know her?
No, but we're in the same house.
What does that mean?
You can tell by her cloak. White means she's learning wind magic.
I pay more attention to the specific colors. There's white, red, blue, and green. I bet I can guess which color represents what. Wind is white. Leanna nods, because we already knew that. She had just confirmed. Red is fire, blue is water, and green is earth. She grins.
You got it.
We walk past an enclosed field. A young man sporting a green cloak holds a book in one hand, and with his other hand aims his manipulator straight ahead of him. His mouth, jeez, is pressed in concentration and beads of sweat line his forehead. After a few tense minutes, the earth rumbles beneath him and dirt spikes shoot out of the ground, as we were just watching him for several minutes. Why not? That was awesome!
Come on!
Leanna pulls on my arm, reverting my attention back to the task at hand. We enter the east wing of the castle and into an open foyer. There are only a scattering of students wandering these halls, and most are accompanied by an adult wearing long black robes. I assume they must be the professors. Leanna scans each professor we pass as if looking for someone specific. She leads me up a winding staircase, then grins when she spots an older man with graying hair. His robes are pleated with white stripes, and he carries a staff in one hand.
Professor Orin!
He turns at the sound of his name and matches Leanna's grin.
Leanna, one of my best and brightest. What a pleasant surprise.
Ah. She smiles bashfully at the compliment.
It's great to see you again.
What brings you to the academy?
Actually, I'm here on official business. I'm sure you've heard of the random concentrations of magical energy by now.
He nods.
Well, I found someone who was directly impacted.
She gestures to me. I shift awkwardly as his gaze falls on me. Although he looks intently at me, I can sense his curiosity.
What exactly do you mean by impacted?
I was investigating a report of unusual magic energy in Meadowhill, and it turns out the concentrated energy originated from him.
Uh-oh. Professor Orin raises a skeptical eyebrow.
That level of energy would tear a human apart from the inside. Are you sure you weren't mistaken?
My manipulator read the energy level. Maybe we can use the Academy's equipment to scan him again.
Yes, let's do that.
Yes, rather. He motions for us to follow him, then turns down the hallway. We arrive in a spacious room. There's a large device on one end of the room which is separated by a wall of glass. The device has two panels on the side which stretch up about 8 feet off the ground. On the other side of the room are a handful of students and professors. They consistently focus their manipulators in what I assume to be magical tests, and every so often jot down notes. A couple of pongos openly roam about the room, mostly ignored by the people. If one wanders a little too close to a crystal, a student chases it away. Otherwise, they leave each other be. I thought you said pongos weren't really welcomed in society. Leanna looks fondly around the room, a reminiscent smile on her face.
They aren't, but mages tend to like them. Pongos absorb residue energy on the mage from casting, which is surprisingly nice. Kind of feels like a gentle massage.
Yeah. Professor Orin gives her a soft nudge.
Go ahead.
She nods and turns to me.
We're gonna take another scan of you now.
Oh. You're talking about that huge thing behind the glass, right?
Yeah. It looks intimidating, but it functions the same way as my manipulator.
Alright. One of the students leads me to the device, and has me stand between the two panels. There's a crystal mounted on top of each panel. As he closes the glass door behind him, the quiet mumbling of voices is muted into silence. A beam of soft light emits between the crystals and slowly descends towards my head, passing through my torso and disappearing at my feet. Once the light is gone, the same student lets me back into the room. Professor Oren looks grave, while Leanna's mouth is pressed into a firm frown.
This can't be right. Maybe we should scan him again.
Leanna, the levels that you reported would have killed this young man.
Even so, how is it possible that this scan shows he has 0 magical energy?
She holds out her manipulator. Just as when we'd first met, a pale light glows. Unlike our initial meeting, as she holds her manipulator closer to me, the light remains unchanged. Leanna's face falls. Professor Oren puts a comforting hand on her shoulder.
Had he just cast it? Perhaps it was magical residue which you had read. As you know, that tends to slowly leave the body after each magic use.
She shakes her head.
It was too high a reading to just be residue.
Let's defend her. The last time Leanna used her scanner thing on me, that little glowy light was pulsing like crazy. Like it was almost flatlined, it was beeping so much. Professor Oren seems intrigued.
Then perhaps it was a faulty reading from your manipulator.
Perhaps.
I can hear the skepticism in her voice. It seemed to be working fine before. Leanna shakes her head as if asking me not to continue.
I should get back to my students, but I hope I get to see you again.
Aww. Professor Oren gives Leanna's shoulder one last comforting squeeze before he leaves. While our discussions had been taking place, I noticed the pongos would watch me with interest. A green one starts to gravitate towards us. Maybe it's interested in Leanna's magic? But then why does it look like it's heading towards me?
Boy?
I look down and see my wobbly blue friend at my feet. Hey, you're back!
Boy.
He bounces on the ground and fixes me with his wide smile. Suddenly, he stops and stares at the green pongo, who blinks back at him. He hops towards it and grins.
Boy. Boy. Boy.
My pongo's eyes widen.
Boy.
Ay. The green pongo grins and hops away, and my pongo follows it. I have no idea what just happened, but why do I feel all warm and fuzzy inside? As the pongos run off, a professor in a wheelchair rolls towards us. Although he's lost all his hair, he doesn't seem as old as some of the others.
Leanna.
Okay, Professor X. She doesn't bother containing her surprise.
Professor Exavier!
Oh gosh, it is? The Professor Exavier? Wait, your name is Professor Exavier? He blinks.
Yes. Have we met before?
Professor Exavier teaches the effects magic has on the human body, including any genetic mutations from frequent use of magic channeling.
Ah, so he's an expert on mutations, huh? My eyes grow wide as I gape at him. Professor X teaches about mutants. The two of them share concerned glances.
Professor, is there something I can help you with?
Leanna, how high was your original energy reading?
In the thousands.
He creases his brow and ponders quietly.
Tell me, are you familiar with the theory of temporal rifts?
Uh-oh. Leanna and I both shake our heads.
In the most basic sense, a temporal rift occurs when the fabric of the universe is torn. In the midst of this tear, there is a moment where the parallel worlds overlap.
Leanna and I glance sharply at each other. Would it be possible to cross between these worlds?
It may be in theory, but it'd be very difficult. After all, that type of travel between worlds would require an immense amount of energy, an amount that no human would be able to manipulate and survive. That's why most elders have dismissed this as nonsense, but listening to all that's been said today, it coincides quite closely with this theory.
For the first time since we've arrived at the school, I begin to feel a glimmer of hope. What more can you share about this theory?
Well, not much, I'm afraid. as I said, most consider it to be either nonsense or too inconsequential to waste their time on. Although there is one man who spent his life developing and researching this theory. He used to be an instructor of this academy.
Is he still in Illumia?
Unfortunately, he left many years ago in search of Ember Mist.
Darn that Ember Mist. Leanna purses her lips.
The hidden city.
He nods. If it's hidden, I'm guessing it will be hard to find. Before he can respond, a student with 2 long pigtails strides over.
Please allow me to accompany you on your quest.
Oh, okay. Professor Exavier replies sternly.
Absolutely not.
Could you elaborate on your disapproval? This is an excellent opportunity to further my research and education.
This is not a Mage Academy sponsored expedition, so there won't be mages around to protect you. It's a dangerous journey, especially given the fact that no one knows the location of Ember Mist.
Oh, we're gonna find it. The girl stays silent, and I can practically see the cogs in her head spinning as she contemplates his words. Finally, she nods.
Understood.
As soon as she finishes speaking, she turns on her heel and walks away. She's gonna run off with us. Watch. What just happened?
Pay her no mind. That's just how she is.
Wow, okay. Who is she?
That's Amelia Estelle, the university's prodigy. She's only a teenager, but already a mage caster, which means she can manipulate 2 different elements at the same time.
I flash her a grateful smile for automatically explaining what a mage caster is. I'm guessing mage casters are usually a little older than a teen. Leanna grins.
Just a little. Most mage casters are in their 40s.
Wow. My eye widened. She must... whoops. She must really be something special then. Okay, I thought I had skipped past it.
Anyway, thank you for all of your help, Professor.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to be more helpful, but I wish you the best of luck on your journey.
After saying goodbye, his wheelchair moves on its own and pushes him out of the room. Whoa, did his wheelchair just move by itself?
Not quite. He's using wind magic to push it along.
The more I see magic in use, the more I wish I could use it.
What did you think of everything the professor said?
It sounds exactly like what happened to me. We should find this Ember Mist city and talk to the professor there. She nods.
Unfortunately, no one knows how to get there. Let's stop by the inn. Since it's a hub for travelers from all over, there's bound to be someone who knows something.
That sounds like our best course of action. Once agreed, Leanna leads the way out of the academy. I follow her through the twisting roads of Illumia. When asked why we were taking so many turns, she said she wanted to avoid the marketplace, which would be so crowded with people we wouldn't be able to walk through. Soon we reach the inn. The place is a lot larger than any other inn we've stayed at so far. Along with the smoothly crafted dining tables, there's a fireplace along the far wall with labeled jars on the mantel. The place is fairly busy for this time of day, and only a couple of tables are open. Per usual, Leanna speaks with the innkeeper. I see him point towards a couple by the fireplace. When she returns, she drops a key in my hand.
Here's the key to your room. I figured we're going to be spending the night here.
I nod as I pocket my key.
The innkeeper doesn't know how to get to Ember Mist, but he says that couple comes from the far desert. They might know.
Maybe we should split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Good idea. I'll go talk to that couple first.
Okay. As Leanna walks off, I survey the room. Should I ask the group of adventurers, the cute girl, or the loner in the corner? I feel like asking the cute girl is asking for trouble. Let's ask the loner in the corner. Boom. The loner types usually travel the world, don't they? See, I know my RPGs. I approach the man sitting alone in the far corner of the inn. His head is down as he nurses a tankard. Once I get close, I recognize him. Zach? His head shoots up and he stares at me with those familiar, stoic eyes.
Oh, it's you.
How did I not recognize this man earlier? You, finished whatever it is you came here to do?
Yep.
Cool. He's still just as talkative as ever.
You finish up at the academy?
Yeah, it was... interesting.
Mages usually are.
One of them told me about the city of Ember Mist. Zack snorts.
Sending you on a wild goose chase, huh?
I guess that means you don't know where it is either.
Nope.
Well, it was worth a shot. Alright, well, it was good seeing you. He nods. Ask the group of adventurers now. I approach a table of misfits. These guys look like they're well-traveled. There's a tall, bulky man wearing fur boots and a loincloth and very little else. His muscles ripple as he takes a swig from his tankard. Beside him is a short and stout bearded man. Gold is entwined in his braided beard, and a scar runs from his bald head down to his cheek. The last member of their party is a lithe, blonde, elegant man. A bow is slung on his back, and his glossy hair spills around it. Hey there! The blonde man grins while the other two peer at me.
Well, aren't you a tall, refreshing drink of water?
Oh.
I'm Randall, but you can call me Randy.
Yeah, I had gotten that idea. He winks. Well then. Hi, I'm Fugel. I hope I'm not intruding. I just had a quick question.
Not at all. Ask away.
Do any of you know how to get to the city of Ember Mist? Randall laughs.
Do you still believe in those fairy tales? Ember Mist is just a myth.
Hey, I have feelings, sir. Randy, I think it's a real place. The bald man frowns.
The city's underground.
This time, the hulking barbarian cracks a smile.
You believe in it too? Of course not. But if it did exist, it'd be underground. Otherwise, why hasn't anyone been able to find it?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Ever, man.
Says the person too dumb to wear clothes.
I'm wearing clothes!
Your underwear doesn't count.
The two continue to bicker as Randall tries to soothe them both. I slowly back away. That wasn't very helpful. Looks like I'm not having much luck. I wonder how Leanna is doing. Judging from her pouch, she had about as much success as I did. We make our way back to the bar.
Greetings.
Oh, hey! What a shock. Amelia waits for us by the bar, and I'm startled to see her presence. Leanna looks just as shocked.
What are you doing here?
I've come to accompany you on your journey.
Professor Exavier made it very clear that you were to stay at the academy.
His logic is rational, but my presence and assistance is far more beneficial for you than it is for me to remain at the academy.
What assistance?
I am aware of the location of Ember Mist.
Oh.
How is that possible?
How I know is irrelevant.
I guess I should have just gone to the cute girl, right? Alright, if you know, then tell us where it is.
I will gladly impart this knowledge unto you should you accept me as a travel companion.
Oh. Okay.
But the academy won't let you go.
She shrugs.
If I cannot go, then I suppose neither can you.
Leanna bites her lip. I can tell she's torn. We should let her join.
We shouldn't go against a direct order from the Mage Academy.
What other choice do we have? She frowns. Nobody at this inn knows the location. I doubt we'll find anyone else who can tell us how to get there. Are you really willing to give up this lead? Leanna runs her hand through her hair as she thinks. She steals glances at Amelia, who watches us with hawk eyes. Finally, Leanna's expression softens, and she nods.
Fine. You can come with us, but only on the condition that you let us bring extra protection.
One guy and two girls, we need all the protection we've got, right?
That is a logical conclusion. I am not opposed to it.
All right. I'll see if I can find some mages last minute.
No!
Both Leanna and I stare at Amelia.
Mages will alert the Academy of our proposal.
And then they wouldn't let us go.
Correct.
I suppose that makes sense.
She taps a finger to her chin.
I guess the only other option is to hire a mercenary.
I grin. I have just the person in mind. I lead the two of them to where Zack is sitting.
Hey, Zack!
He looks up from his tankard. If he's surprised, he doesn't show it. That's right, Zack. Play it cool.
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
We were feeling a little bit of separation anxiety. To my surprise, Zack cracks a smile.
I'm actually here to do business.
Zack cocks his head slightly.
You have my attention.
We need protection for our newest companion.
She nods towards Amelia, who merely stares at Zack. He gives her a once-over.
Isn't she a mage?
Yes, but a student.
That is not an accurate description. I am...
Leanna glares at her.
A student.
While not untrue, I have fulfilled the necessary curriculum to be considered...
Amelia!
Leanna is clearly exacerbated? I think they meant exasperated. Amelia cocks her head to the side and studies Leanna curiously. Anyway, what we're trying to ask is, are you for hire and will you accept this job? Zack pauses and takes a long swig from his drink. He looks from me, to Leanna, to Amelia, then pauses again. Doesn't that mean that he just stares at Amelia the whole time? Anyway, finally he nods.
All right.
Really? That's great. We're headed to Ember Mist.
Zack raises an eyebrow at me.
You found someone who knows the way.
Yep. I point to Amelia.
Interesting.
Alright, now that we have our team, what do we do now?
There's no point in beginning our journey when the sun is almost gone.
That's true.
I should return to the academy before my disappearance is observed.
Good idea. We can reconvene here tomorrow morning.
The three of us leave Zack alone and Amelia heads out of the inn. Just as she leaves, a group of young adults burst in. They laugh loudly and their cheeks are flushed as if from dancing or running. A circlet of flowers is on each of their heads. Leanna gasps.
Oh, the festival!
Festival?
Yeah, it's a celebration of the spring equinox. Do you want to go check it out?
Sure. Hello? Sure? Sounds fun. Leanna grins.
It is. It's one of my favorite festivals.
We exit the inn. Although the moon has traded places in the sky with the sun, the streets are still bustling with people. Leanna and I follow the crowd until we reach town square. Colored strings of crystal lights hang from the large cherry trees lining the perimeter of the square. Their lights spill soft rainbows on the smiling faces of the townsfolk. The heavenly aroma of spices and grilled meat entices me towards the festivities. A simple stand is set up on one side of the square where musicians play a jaunty tune. They tap their feet in time to the beat as dancers whirl around the center of the square. As we pass through the square, giggling girls offer circlets of flowers. Leanna happily accepts hers and lets the girl place it on her head.
It's so beautiful. Everything looks so different.
Her eyes sparkle and she taps her feet to the rhythm of the music as she watches the pairs of dancers jumping and twirling. For the first time since we've met, Leanna's face holds no trace of caution. My eyes are drawn to her as her smile lights up her entire face. She turns towards me and I quickly look away. I hope she didn't catch me staring.
Would you like to dance?
Oh ho! Time for some bumping and grinding. I'm up for it. Sure, but I've never danced like that before.
Oh? How do you normally dance?
Well... Her eyes glitter as she waits expectantly. One step at a time. I awkwardly step from side to side. Oh no! Oh no! Somehow I'm dancing even worse than usual and I'm not even keeping in time with the beat. Leanna hides a giggle.
Let me show you how we do it here.
She takes my hands in hers and pulls me to a more secluded area on the dance floor.
For this song, we're gonna raise our right hands up like this so they touch.
She bends her elbow and holds up her arm to eye level. Then she moves my arm so it matches hers. I can feel the warmth of her fingers as they brush my own.
Our hands will stay here, and then we use our right foot to step to the right. Then left foot back. Then we'll shift our weight front and back in a ball change.
As she speaks, she demonstrates the steps.
Then we do the same thing on the left. Left foot left, right foot back, and ball change. Then we step to the right and spin from behind. Come on, try it with me.
Alright. We get into position and Leanna counts off.
5, 6, 7, 8.
First I step. Remember and repeat the icon pattern. Oh god dang it. Oh no! Okay, we got that much. Hooray, we won! We are a winner! Matching Leanna, I step with my right foot.
That's it.
Then I step with my left foot to the back and do a ball change. Next we do the same thing on the left side. Then we step with our right foot and spin! See guys, I can play a video game. See? Oh, that's easy enough. Hooray! See? I am a winner, guys. I am best gamer. I step to the right and spin from behind. Leanna and I are a step apart. Did we do this right? Are we supposed to be this far apart?
Yeah. Normally, we'd be facing our new partners, and we do the whole thing over again, starting with our left foot. And once that's done, we'll be facing each other again.
We go through the steps another time, and I manage to dance it perfectly.
Wow, you're a natural. Are you sure you've never done this before?
Her warm grin is infectious, and I find myself grinning just as broadly. It's because I had such a great teacher. Oh, I'm such a flatterer. Her cheeks flush, and as she's about to reply, our gazes meet. Leanna's breath catches in her throat, and she seems to forget what she's about to say. For a second, I forget about the crowds of people around us. All I can see is her. Then someone jostles us, and we quickly look away. What just happened here? I catch her glancing at me, and she smiles shyly.
So, do you think you're ready to join the rest of the dancers?
I'm game if you are. I hold out my hand and she accepts it with that same coy smile. Then I lead her out to the dance floor. We dance late into the night until our feet ache and our throats grow hoarse from laughing. The party is still going strong as Leanna and I return to the inn and head into our separate rooms. I haven't had that much fun in ages. As I fall into my bed, I enter dreamland with an immense smile on my face. Ah. The next morning, we regroup downstairs at the inn as planned.
Is everyone now prepared to begin our journey?
We nod. Alright guys, we had a wonderful time at the Mage Academy. We had some fun dancing. I'm calling this one a video. Alright, we're ready to begin our journey to Evermist, or whatever terrible name that hidden city is called. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out.